Bless up and happy Monday. Been listening to Dr. E.T. a lot here lately, whether it's during my cardio session or even when I'm lifting. I've been listening to a lot of Dr. E.T. I've been intentional about the type of content that I consume. But one thing he say, many people don't burn out because they're working too hard, but because they are too emotionally attached to their work. You dig? People burn out not because they are working too hard, but because they are too emotionally attached to their work. This message is for my fellow change agents that have lived experience. If you're working in a field and you have lived experience with the trauma, right? With the issues, with the depression, the oppression, and whatever it is that you're supporting a community member with, right? You got to make sure that you're taking care of your spirit. You did. You got to make sure that you are connecting with your people. You did. And not just any people. You got to have some powerhouses in your circle. You got to have some community. You dig, that understand, that can pour into your cup and not just draw from. Because what I learned is there are some people who serve as vampires. See the movie Sinners. But anyway, that's another story. But there are some people who serve as vampires and they'll just suck the life out of you. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful of that. You got to make sure that you're taking care of your spirit. You got to make sure that you're taking care of your recovery. Plug in. Get connected. You did. Make a meeting. There's support groups all around and they're ramping up too. So follow our social media page. There's no reason for people to say they struggle to find connections in this day. It's either you willing to do it or you ain't. You dig? We got men's group starting, virtual reentry group started, Friends of John for those Christians who feel like they need a little bit more of a Christ-like experience in the recovery community. We lit, and it's really up to you to do what you got to do for your spirit. Don't just complain about it. Build, and build with the right type of people. You got to be careful of those people. All they do is complain. You got to be in a solution, baby. And a part of that is being intentional about the type of people that you have around you. You dig? And so remember that in this field, you burn out. I'm telling you, I've been in the behavioral health space now since, when I was in prison, I was a peer support. You dig? I was working for the New Direction program. And that was 2010. I've been getting it in for 15 years now. You hear me? And the only way for me to last in this field was for me to take breaks. Sometimes I had to switch my job up to have some peace. There were times whenever I had to decrease what type of commitments I had. I had to modify what commitments I had. Keep a commitment though. Don't get on that Lone Ranger style. That don't work. At least the passion can't be maintained. But take it from me. I've been around for a hot minute. You got to take care of your spirit if you're going to last in this work, my people. You got to, because this work will burn you out, especially when you got lived experience, because your feelings get attached to it. Your emotions get attached to it. There's really no way to not have your emotions get attached to it unless you're a robot. And with that being said, and with you understanding that this work is going to impact your emotions, you got to do what you got to do to be able to survive your emotions one day at a time. And a part of that is having community, taking care of your spirit, taking care of your recovery. Make a meeting, connect with some groups. Mental Health Awareness Month, baby. And I want to make sure that my people are taking care of what's going on the inside. You know, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. It's a battle in the mind. It's a war in the mind. And don't go to war by yourself. That's my recommendation for you. So if you're a peer support specialist, a person in recovery from addiction and or mental health, serving and leveraging your own personal recovery to help others, shout out to you. Make sure you take care of your spirit though. If you're a community health worker from a certain community that have experienced similar experiences as other people trying to make it out of oppression, trying to get to the other side, trying to get better connected to the resources, and you got lived experience with being disconnected and it still piss you off when you see how the system impacts the people, make sure you take care of your spirit. Because the devil will play tricks on you with your feelings. And your feelings ain't facts. And the way for us to survive our feelings, the way for us to survive our emotions is to stay connected with people who pour into our cup. Because if you keep pouring out with nothing going in, next thing you know, you burn out. And you can't pour from an empty cup. Have a blessed day.